This is the only country in the world where you can live in an apartment with air conditioning, you have 2 TVs, a refrigerator full of food, you have a car in the driveway, a little money in the bank, and you're poor.
Rick, you're libertarian, conservative, it depends on the issue, you're Republican, Democrat, pro-Trump, anti-Trump. Tell us.
More of a libertarian, pro-Trump mostly. Like I said, I don't agree with everything he does. I mean,
what do you agree with?
Lower taxes, less government. Because in the end, that's what works. And it's just not a theory. I mean, you can go throughout history. When we had less government, you have a better economy, you have better lives, better everything.
And the invisible hand is that we all interact with each other. We know what we want better than anybody else knows what we want, and so forth and so on. So when the government intervenes, basically it's a relative handful of people with an army of bureaucrats telling us what we want, telling us what we need. How can those handful of people, those masterminds, know as much as all the rest of us? And isn't the problem that they can give us a piece of cheese, but to explain how we get a piece of cheese actually requires people to pay attention for about 3 minutes so you can explain it?
I mean, it's literally an office worker telling a plumber how to do his job. And when you have a politician go like, I can run an oil company. No, you can't. So, and a perfect example is Venezuela, where they have more oil than Saudi Arabia, and they can't make any money off their oil and gas system.
And they were giving everybody free stuff. Now they don't have any stuff to give anybody.
The average Venezuelan I read lost 15 pounds last year because of the food shortages. And that's what socialism leads to. In capitalism, it's survival of the fittest. That's why this car company is competing. Every car company is trying to make a better car because people are going to buy the best car. When you have socialism and everything's ran by the government, they don't care if their car's any good. It's the only car. That's what you get. A kid coming out of high school thinks a corporation is evil, but they have no idea what a corporation is. And like I've explained this to a million young people that work for me and things like that. A corporation's a piece of paper. A piece of paper cannot be evil. You might have really bad guys running a corporation, but a corporation in itself can't be bad. And you wouldn't have that cell phone without a corporation. You wouldn't have a car without a corporation. You wouldn't have the power on in your house without a corporation. Corporations are one of the greatest inventions of all time. It's a way to combine capital without any risk above and beyond the amount of capital and to create wealth. There's not a single person that can come up with the money to just start a massive car company. He's going to have to go out to the market and get money. But this isn't taught to anybody. This isn't taught to anyone in kids. All they're taught is that corporations are evil. They go to college and they're basically told by these liberal professors that have never lived in the real world, everything should be free. And like Margaret Thatcher said, socialism is great until you run out of other people's money. It has never worked. All it does is, the socialists say everyone will be equal and you'll be equally miserable and equally poor.